Ever get that little buzz on the back of your neck? You know the one, that little electric hum that tells you something's off. You're in a conversation and everything sounds totally fine, but your gut is just screaming at you. It's this feeling like there are gears turning just beneath the surface, a script being read that you were never ever handed. Well, guess what? That feeling is your ancient survival system telling you the truth. You're being played, and it's happening all day, every day. And I'm not being poetic here. Right now, and in every single interaction you have, there is this silent, incredibly powerful dialogue unfolding. It's kind of like the original communication protocol, written in a language that is way older than words. It's a whole conversation of glances and postures and spaces that decides who you trust, what you believe, and when you're in danger. And the really scary part? Most of us are completely illiterate. All right, let's get right into it. Welcome, truth seekers, to Unspoken Rules. This is the place where we hand you the master key to all those invisible locks. Today, we are pulling the curtain all the way back on the dark arts of deception. We're going to learn how to read the secret broadcast someone is sending with their body, how to spot the digital ghosts in the machine trying to pick your pocket, and ultimately, how to build a fortress around your own mind. So we have to start where it all began. Before language, before writing, before even the first grunt that meant, hey, there's a lion, there was this. The invisible conversation your body is having right now, totally without your permission. This is ground zero for understanding manipulation, because it's the language everyone speaks, but almost no one actually listens to. You know, the really interesting word on this slide is instinctively. This isn't something you decide to do. It's ancient software running on your biological hardware. So when you're talking to someone, you're not just processing their words. Your brain is running a full diagnostic, scanning their every twitch and tremor. And here's the kicker. Your brain is hardwired to trust this data stream way more than the words coming out of their mouth. It's the original factory-installed lie detector. And this, right here, this is the first unspoken rule of human interaction. When the mouth and the body tell two different stories, the body always wins. Always. Just picture it. You ask your friend what's up, and they kind of mumble, "I'm fine," while staring at the floor, arms wrapped around themselves like a human fortress. Do you hear "I'm fine"? No way. You hear a 5-alarm fire. That conflict, that dissonance, it's a social alarm bell. It screams, do not trust what you are hearing. So the crucial point here is that you are a radio tower, and you are broadcasting 24/7. Your gestures are like the little hand puppets of your subconscious. Your posture, that's the billboard of your confidence, or lack thereof. Your tone of voice, that's the emotional music playing under the lyrics. Even your eye contact is this delicate dance of intimacy and threat. You are never, ever not communicating. You're a walking, talking, silent geyser of information. Oh yeah, you know you have. That skin-crawling, I'm gonna back up slowly now feeling. That's your brain's nonverbal grammar checker just screaming, syntax error. That person isn't just standing there. They're making a statement with their position. This invisible bubble we all have around us isn't just some weird quirk. It's a critical part of the conversation, dictating everything from "I trust you" to "I am a threat," without a single word being uttered. Okay, so let's see how this builds, because this secret language has evolved. We've gone from reading a shifty glance across a campfire to deciphering a completely different kind of threat. The tells are now digital, the physical space is the entire internet, and the con artist who used to have to look you in the eye now lives in your pocket. Now this is the masterclass in modern deception. Forget that image of a hacker in a dark hoodie surrounded by glowing code. The most dangerous hackers today don't break down doors. They trick you into opening the door yourself and inviting them in for tea. See, social engineering doesn't exploit a flaw in your computer's code. It exploits the million-year-old bugs in the human code. Our trust, our fear, our curiosity, our simple desire to be helpful. It is weaponized psychology. And the attack comes from literally every direction. Phishing is the classic. You know, the old school email from a prince who just needs a little help. Smishing is his Gen Z cousin who slides into your texts with a problem with your package delivery. And vishing, oh, that's voice wishing. That's the one that makes your heart just stop. That urgent, terrifying call. They're all different methods, but the script is always the same. Create an emotional storm so you can't think straight. And if you think you're just imagining it, you are not. It is getting so much worse.
According to Barracuda Networks, in just one chaotic month, these kinds of attacks went up by over 600%. 600. Why? It's simple. An attacker's greatest ally isn't technology, it's chaos. When we're stressed, afraid, and distracted, our critical thinking just goes offline. We become easy prey. They don't just thrive in chaos, they create it.
If you learn nothing else today, burn this into your brain. Urgency is the digital con artist's favorite tool. It's the flashbang grenade they throw into your brain to disable your logic centers. Account compromised, act now. Suspicious login detected, click here. Your package is lost, respond immediately. They don't want you to pause, they don't want you to think, they want you to panic. Because a person in a panic is a puppet on a string.
So here it is. This is your field guide for spotting these digital predators. That text about a package you didn't even order, that's not a notification, it's a curiosity trap. An email from your bank that starts with "Dear valued customer"? Just delete it. Your bank knows your name, for crying out loud. That bizarre request from your boss that was sent from a random Gmail account? Trust that off feeling in your gut. These are the digital tells. They're the modern-day shifty eyes and sweaty palms.
Okay, deep breath. Because if you think this is just about protecting your credit card number, you are missing the forest for the trees. What happens when these exact same tactics, preying on fear, manufacturing urgency, exploiting trust, are scaled up from one person's inbox to influence millions of minds all at once? Well, welcome to the main event, the global online influence war.
Now, what's really fascinating about this is that it proves this isn't just random noise. This is a battlefield. It has generals and strategies and objectives. You are looking at a literal battle plan from organizations whose sole purpose is to fight back against coordinated disinformation. This isn't just a few bad actors. It's a structured conflict for control of the narrative and, by extension, our reality. So how do these manipulators fight their war? They are masters of the gray area. They use something called borderline content. This is the stuff that's engineered to be just offensive enough to get a reaction, but not quite offensive enough to get banned. Think of it like a current in a river. It seems gentle, but it is slowly, patiently, relentlessly pulling you further and further from shore, nudging you toward more and more extreme territory, until you don't even recognize where you started. And this right here perfectly illustrates the two main ways to fight back. First, there's the reactive approach, counter-narratives. That's firefighting. A bad idea pops up and you rush to douse it with facts. It's necessary, for sure, but you're always one step behind. Then there's the proactive approach, pre-bunking. This is fireproofing. It's like a vaccine for your mind. You expose people to a weak, harmless version of a manipulation tactic, so when they encounter the real, full-strength virus out in the wild, their mental immune system recognizes it and fights it off. Okay, we've seen the threats, from an awkward conversation all the way to a global information war. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, right? Like a single soldier on an infinite battlefield. But you're not. The front line of this whole war is your own mind. So it's time to stop being a target and start being a fortress. It's time to armor up. First up, your front gate, passwords. Your password is the bouncer for your entire digital life. So is yours a 98-pound weakling named Password123? Come on, stop thinking password and start thinking passphrase. 4 random, unconnected words, like taco rain bike jazz, are ridiculously hard for a computer to guess, but shockingly easy for you to remember. Make it long, make it weird, and make it memorable. Go build a better bouncer. Next, the house itself. Every single smart device, your doorbell, your speaker, your thermostat, it's a potential unlocked window. So the most important thing to do is just go around and lock them. The moment you unbox something, change that default password from admin to something that isn't a complete joke. And please, enable 2-factor authentication on everything, everywhere. Yes, it's one extra step. It is also the digital deadbolt that stops 99% of intruders. This one is your panic button. That call comes in, it's the police, it's the hospital, it's a loved one crying, and your heart just plummets. They are trying to hijack your emotions. Don't let them. Your new instinct is this: hang up. Just do it. Then take a breath. Find the real official number for that person or that agency, and you call them. If it's real, you'll know in 30 seconds. If it's a scam, you just saved yourself. And a pro tip: a family safe word feels like something from a spy movie, and trust me, it works. So we've traveled a long way, haven't we? From the subtle twitch of a liar's eye to the urgent text from a scammer, all the way to a troll farm pushing borderline content on a global scale. They all feel so different, but they are all connected by a single unifying thread. One ultimate unspoken rule that powers every con, every manipulation, every single act of deception.
And that's it. That is the whole game. Every single tactic we've talked about is designed to do one thing and one thing only: short-circuit your rational brain. To flood you with emotion, fear, greed, curiosity, anger, so that you stop thinking and start reacting. They want to turn you from a thoughtful human being into a bundle of predictable reflexes, because a reflex can be controlled.
So, what's the secret weapon? What is the ultimate defense in this invisible war? Well, it's not a piece of software, it's a mindset. It's curiosity. It's the habit of just pausing for a second and asking why. Why are they standing so close? Why does this email need a response in the next 5 minutes? Who benefits if I believe this story? A curious mind is a skeptical mind, and a skeptical mind is the hardest thing in the entire world to hack. Now, the unspoken rule of this channel is that we don't just consume information, we decode it. You've just upgraded your own mental software, but the final rule is that you can't leave the hideout without leaving a mark. So go ahead, press that like button as a signal to the algorithm that you're awake and on guard. Drop a comment with the craftiest deception you've ever spotted. Let's arm the rest of the community. And ring that notification bell. Think of it as your personal early warning system for the next time we pull back the curtain. Subscribe and stay one step ahead of the conversations you're not supposed to.